Welcome to Farmers to Florists, the podcast serving the floral industry from seed to centerpiece. I'm Dr. Liz Fiedler Mergen, flower farmer, wedding florist, and owner of Sunny Mary Meadow, a flower farm and event venue I built in central Minnesota. This podcast makes local flowers easier to grow, easier to design with, and easier to sell. Each week, we'll talk about crop planning, recipe building, wholesale relationships, data-driven decisions, and how to build a floral business that doesn't burn you out. Yes, this podcast is a companion guide to Farmers to Florists platform at farmerstoflorist.com. But whether you use the tool or not, every episode is designed to give you practical systems and real insight you can apply immediately. If you believe the floral industry should be thriving, not scrambling, you're in the right place. Let's grow smarter. Welcome to Farmers to Florists. Today we're going to talk about something that feels small, but it can change everything, and that is having weekly inventory as a farmer for florists to buy from. Not random availability, not, hey, I harvested this, and not, I have some if you want it. It is predictability, because florists don't need flowers, they need rhythm. As much as we as farmers like to go after the rarity and the fun things and the novelty items, keep in mind that that can create stress for a lot of florists. And if your inventory looks like, 1 week you send something, 2 weeks you're quiet, then suddenly you have buckets available, florists can't build around that. They design weddings months, if not a year out. And they plan color palettes way in advance. They promise specific looks to clients, and random updates can create hesitation, and hesitation leads to importing. Not because they don't love local, but because they need consistency. So I want you to imagine this instead. If inventory goes out on Mondays, so then you show what's available, that order deadline is by Wednesday, that pickup is on Thursday, and it's every single week, the same rhythm. Now florists know when to expect your list. They can plan around it. They can check projected blooms before they're confirming their recipes, and that rhythm alone increases the repeat buying. Now, you can definitely go a lot further into this as a farmer on the Farmers to Florist platform. The crop planning tool has projected inventory of when things are going to harvest. You can choose to share that with florists as well, knowing that, hey, this is not available, it's projected, but this is what we should have during that time. It's okay when they're planning months ahead of time to let them know what they should have, but then have that clear deadline for ordering when you know you're going to have those types of flowers. So a lot of farmers are afraid to send the projected inventory because they're worried it's going to change. But keep in mind, florists know that projected and confirmed are different things. They're used to that with their other wholesalers as well. But when you have the crop planning tool, you're going to know. You're going to know when those things are going to harvest. You set up that wide harvest window. You know how long things can stay in your cooler. You know how long you're going to be able to hold something. And the confirmed inventory will say, this is what is harvested and what is ready. And so when you separate those clearly, you will reduce stress. And florists can tentatively design around those projected blooms, and they can lock it in once confirmed. And that is professional communication. So I know that this is kind of hard in real life because I get it. The season gets busy, you're harvesting at night, you're short-staffed because you are the staff, and the last thing you want to do is update a list. But the thing is, all you're doing is creating chaos, and chaos will cost you sales. And you don't have to start perfectly, you just start simple, and even, a consistent list in there. If you send an email out, whether you're using the Farmers to Florist platform or not, if you're not doing it, you can, update your spreadsheet. If you're using the Farmers to Florist platform, you've already got the projected crops in your crop planner. So all you have to do is literally go in your phone and hit a button and then say it's harvested. That will automatically project it in there for you. But either way, you have to do this reliably, or florists aren't going to want to buy from you consistently. Remember the predictability over volume. So florists would rather have a small, consistent availability than large, unpredictable abundance, because that consistency builds recipes, it builds trust, it builds habit, and habit builds revenue for both sides. So I want you to ask yourself, if I were a florist, how would I want to know when inventory is available? I encourage you to choose a day, stick to it, Even if the list is small, even if it's imperfect, and then every week that's your availability, the same time, consistently, all season long. If you haven't downloaded the free ebook, Everything You Need to Know to Prepare to Buy Local Flowers, it will walk you through the expectations and systems that make partnerships smoother on both sides, and you'll find it in the show notes. It's free. Beautiful flowers get you noticed, but smooth logistics get you hired again. If you're a farmer, the florist will hire you and buy your product. See you next time. Thank you for listening to Farmers to Florists. If this episode gave you clarity or helped you think differently about local flowers, I'd love to have you join us. Visit farmerstoflorist.com to explore the platform or jump into live office hours. If you know a flower farmer or florist who's trying to make local easier, send this episode their way. We're on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Spotify, Apple, wherever you get your podcasts, and LinkedIn for some reason. And you'll find direct links to everything in the show notes. Let's build stronger systems together, stronger relationships, and a stronger floral industry. Thank you.